All right, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakar Kodash. I want to say and give double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we're some of those men, the elect. All right, and shalom to the mixed multitude of men, women, and children. Okay. Hey, I'm the brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another quick lesson, and it's on Mother's Day. Okay, today is May 13th, May 13th, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, and we just came off of something they call Mother's Day. I think it was yesterday, actually. It was yesterday, right? The 12th of May. Okay, and I kind of found some information, and I thought I'd share it with you, because all you people that's out here celebrating Mother's Day, and whether you plan to do it or not, it's a big holiday in America, and it's really a day of woman worship. You know, it's really a day of Queen of Heaven worship. That's where you could also stem that from, because all it does is glorify the woman. And they have something called Father's Day here too, which that's off too, because first of all, they don't even reverence Father's Day. It comes and goes. Nobody cares. You know, the man seldom, if any time, gets any reverence or respect in this world. Just like our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay, they don't get any respect that they deserve in this world, and the reverence that they deserve in this world. You know, honoring your father and your mother. Now, again, I say again, honor your father and your mother. You know, this world pushes to hate men, but then them being hypocrites, they'll say men are misogynistic, which means men hate women, and that's not the case at all. If you got men out here that are weird, but hey, that's not the way it'll work. That's not the true mindset of a man, is to just hate a woman for no reason, or just hate all women. That's out of order. You know, women have their place, men have their place, men have their place, or women have their place. All right, you don't just honor your mother, okay? And we grew up in this world. I grew up in this world 44 years, and I never knew where the majority of these so-called holidays or days that people celebrate even came from celebrating your own birthday, to Christmas, to Halloween, to Mother's Day. You never knew that shit. You know? Well, Mother's Day came out of the mind of an Edomite. Okay? And really, y'all think y'all celebrating your own mother. You actually celebrating this devil's mother. You're not celebrating your mother. You know? And then you celebrating women that are monsters. Your own mother is a demon. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these jakes, you grow up with a single parent in a so-called single parent home with just your mom, and wonder why. Now, I'm not saying that's every case, because you got a lot of irresponsible men out there, you know, but you got just as many, or if not more, irresponsible women out there. All day, social media was over inundated with, yo, mama, you knew I love you, all that bullshit. I always loved my mama spirit was out, and that shit is wicked. Right, so this is an article about a woman called Anna Jarvis. Right, it says meet Anna Jarvis. Right, it says the Mother's Day founder who fought against its commercialism, because all of these holidays that you celebrate here in this country, even including Father's Day, it's all commercialized. It's set up so that companies and corporations can make money. Y'all buy all that shit just to throw it away. You know what I'm saying? You get on social media, you talk about how you love your mother, how you care for your mother, how she holds you down. You got fucking Deion Sanders crying at the Hall of Fame, talking about his mama is the, you know, he learned all that from my mama. You know, that nigga Kevin Durant crying at the damn podium, winning an MVP, talking about mama, you the real MVP, and not reverencing or giving a fuck about his father. Meet Anna Jarvis, the Mother's Day founder who fought against its commercialism. It says Mother's Day 2024, the cards have been dispatched. Florists have are having their time of the year, and you may struggle to find that favorite spot of yours at your most preferred restaurant, as the second Sunday of May is here. With that, it's Mother's Day. It says, but do you know that the founder of Mother's Day, Anna Jarvis, fought against its commercialization and even attempted to have it rescinded? Okay, it says, Anna Jarvis was born in Webster, West Virginia in 1864. She was inspired to create Mother's Day by her mother, Ann Reeves Jarvis, a Sunday school teacher who helped start Mother's Day work clubs. At these clubs, the young women were purportedly taught to care for their children. And the vast majority of these women in this world, they don't care for their children. You know, especially the so-called Negro woman, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. And just because you're raising these children up in this world doesn't necessarily mean you care for these children. A lot, if not the majority of these women, are benefit from these children because of the curses. Right? Real quick, let me get a precept because you know a lot of talking. This is Ephesians 6:1. It says, the title is Family Relationships, right? It says, children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. And we have two parents. We have the parents that physically brought us here. We also have parents in the Lord. You know, the apostles and the elders, apostles and bishop elders, those are our fathers in the truth, right? So it says, but you also have your earthly father and your mother too. Again, it says, children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, right? That it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live long on earth. And a lot of reasons why you get a lot of these so-called children dying in the earth so young, because they don't honor their father and their mother. First of all, they're not taught how to truly honor their father and their mother. Second of all, these kids are extremely rebellious. You got 12-year-olds that are lazy, they don't want to do shit, but sit in the house and eat Cheetos and play games all damn day, run up and down the court playing basketball all day, you know. Kids fighting on their parents, girls, daughters beating their mothers up. The head is, you done beat her ass all year. Did come Mother's Day, you want to talk about how you love her and you got this perfect relationship, y'all fighting each other, damn near trying to kill each other, man. You know? But the first law that we got or received from Yahweh Shai with promise was to what? Honor thy father and mother. Y'all just throw the father out of there, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with thee and thou mayest live a long life. In the NLT it says, honor your father and mother. This is the first commandment with a promise, and that promise is long life. Let's keep on reading. It says, and ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonish of the Lord. In the NLT it says, fathers, do not provoke your children to anger by the way you treat them. Rather, bring them up with discipline and instruction that comes from the Lord. And that's another thing. You know, you got parents that abuse their children, that go above and beyond, you know, discipline of their children. You got people that, men and women, that, you know, SA their children, that's out of order. But you're supposed to bring your children up in a discipline of the scriptures. And the scriptures is full of discipline. That you just, and corporal punishment is in there. But there's a way you do it. You don't just beat your kids for no reason. You know, you got a lot of you women, you just go upside your kid's head because the little nigga got hungry. Or they got a little rambunctious. You know, because you don't know how to parent children. But yet and still, you get this day where you get to glorify the woman. The woman is completely glorified, and everybody knows that the woman is glorified extremely over the man in this world. Whether you was dead, whether you was given righteous instruction and discipline or not, the woman always gets the glory in this world because this is not a man's world. All right. So let me go back to this article. It says Anna Jarvis was born in Webster, West Virginia in 1864. She was inspired to create her Mother's Day by her mother, Ann Reeves Jarvis, a Sunday school teacher who helped start Mother's Day Work Club. At these clubs, the young women were purportedly taught how to care for their children, because that's a key aspect of what a mother is supposed to do, is to care for her children. Not only her children, but she's supposed to be a keeper of the house, as well as a guide, a guide of the house. But she's supposed to love her husband and children, right? This is the book of Titus, chapter 3. Let me see. It might be 1 and 3. Spare with me. This is the book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. So the older women are supposed to instruct the younger women to be sober-minded, to not be drunkards, drinkers of overly drinking or consuming of wine, to be discreet, to be keepers at home, to be obedient to their husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. And that's not the case today. In the NLT, it says the older woman must train the younger women to love their husbands and their children. And you don't see that with these so-called mothers out here. I saw a video yesterday of this girl. She was saying if anybody wished her Mother's Day, she was going to cuss them out because her mom didn't raise her. And that's out of order. Just because your mother didn't raise you, that's not a reason for you to disrespect her. You're still supposed to honor her. That's a law. The law doesn't have a inclusion in it, or it doesn't have a what do you call it? There's a word for it. The law of the Lord doesn't have a what if clause in it, or what if my father and mother don't do this? No, nigga, you supposed to still honor your father and your mother all the days of your life, so that your days can be long on this earth, man. So anyway, it says the older women must train the younger women to love their husbands and their children, to live wisely and be pure, to work in their homes. And to be pure, to work in their homes. You women love working outside. To do good, to be submissive to their husbands. Then will they not bring shame on the Most High, all right, on the word of the Most High. The same way encourage the young men to live wisely, right? And that's not the case down here, all right? So going back to this article, it says that at these clubs, the young women were purportedly taught to care for their children. Once in 1876, Ann Reeves Jarvis prayed that somebody would create a day commemorating mothers for their service to humanity, and according to U.S. historians. So here it is. She claimed that she prayed, right? And this show you that the devil doesn't have any true righteous spirit, right? Listen to this. It says, once in 1876, Ann Reeves Jarvis prayed that somebody would create a day commemorating mothers for their service to humanity, according to U.S. historians. Anna, then just 12, remembered her mother's prayer. It says her mother passed in 1905. Jarvis, then in her 40s, promised at her gravesite that she would be the one to answer the prayer. You see? So she, instead of really believing in how about Shai, which these Edomites don't, they even call God and Jesus, right? She said she took the power in her own hands to answer her own prayer, and that's the devil for you, right? Jarvis then wrote, if Yahweh Shai wanted Mother's Day to be a day, he would have prescribed that in the scriptures. If he wanted Father's Day to be a day prescribed, he would have prescribed it in the scriptures. But honoring your father and your mother is a daily thing in your life. That's a law for the children of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, right? It says Jarvis then wrote letters after letter to the governor of every U.S. state to declare the second Sunday of May, closest Sunday to her mother's death, as Mother's Day. So y'all think y'all celebrating Mother's Day every second Sunday just because that's just the way to do it. But in reality, you're celebrating this woman's mother's death. Why did it have to be every second Sunday of every May? Because that's the day that Anna Jarvis' mom passed away. Right? That's why y'all do. Y'all celebrating this Edomite Day. And then she got mad because it got commercialized and she didn't get no money off of it. You see? So then she spent the rest of her life trying to destroy Mother's Day, and it was too late. The cat was out the bag. The animal was bigger than you can control. Jarvis then wrote a letter after letter to governor of every U.S. state to declare the second Sunday of May the closest Sunday to her mother's death as Mother's Day. 3 years later, the first Mother's Day service was held one morning in 1908 at St. Andrew's Methodist Episcopal Church in Grafton, Wisconsin. Anna bought hundreds of carnations, her mother's favorite flower, for the service, Washington Post reported. In 1910, West Virginia passed a law designating Mother's Day a holiday, and other states followed, right? But Jarvis intended to make Mother's Day a national holiday across the United States. She kept on writing subsequent presidents for the same. In 1914, the U.S. Congress passed a law declaring the second Sunday of May as Mother's Day. While Mother's Day became an international cause, it was not exactly the one Jarvis had in mind. You see? Why? It became international because people got money. She spent the next decades of her life fighting against flower shop owners, card makers, and candy industries for promoting for profiting off the holiday. They commercialized my Mother's Day. She complained in a letter to newspapers, according to a 1986 Washington Post. So she got mad because they commercialized her Mother's Day. So ultimately, what you're doing is you're not even celebrating your own mother. You celebrating this Edomite's, this devil's mother, man. That's what you're doing. You can try to, you can try to wish-wash it in your own head and make yourself believe that you celebrating your funky ass mother. You know what I'm saying? Who hates your father, who taught you to hate your father, an undisciplined woman who taught you to be undisciplined. You can do all of that. All you doing is celebrating this Edomite woman, Anna Jarvis' mother. That's what you're celebrating, and that's idolatry, right? And it's superfluous at the same time, right? Because you don't need it. Superfluous, unnecessary, especially through being more than enough, right? It says similar words are surplus, redundant, unneeded. This day of so-called Mother's Day is completely unneeded because we have the precept already give you the promise of what's going to happen if you honor your father and your mother. You're going to live a long life on the earth, right? You don't need nothing else. The Lord gave us this as a law. We didn't need a holiday to remind us to do that, because the Lord Yahweh Bashir Shah gave us a law to what? Honor thy father and mother all the days of thy life. Right? Let me go back to that. Honor thy father. Ephesians 6:2. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment, with a promise, that it may be well with thee, that thou mayest live long on the earth. So if you want to live a long life on this earth, you got to honor your father and mother. That word for honor in the Greek there is tamao, which is to estimate, to fix, to value something, to honor, to having an honor, revere and venerate, right? You're supposed to do that to both your father and your mother without any condition. Without any condition. so that your days can be long on this earth, man. You ain't supposed to be celebrating no fucking Mother's Day, bro, because that's not a high holy day, man. Especially the shit you doing today. You worshiping this woman Anna Jarvis's mother. You ain't worshiping your mother. You ain't worshiping your father. You know, and really honoring your father, and you ain't honoring your mother. You worshiping this Edomite Anna Jarvis Mother's Day that she died, because this woman couldn't get over the loss of her mother. She now the whole world is forced to worship this bitch's Mother's Day. You know, and so with that, I would say shalom and on to the next.